It's the passage to hell. Cover it!
What do you mean, cover the whale? It's the passage to hell. You know that. She said that last week too. The passage to hell? What are you talking about, the passage to hell? You know the passage to hell that she talked about last week. She said it at the other house too. I guess both houses have passages to hell. Yeah, let's go. What's up, my awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you all. I hope you're all doing well out there. Hopefully you enjoyed my little skit, which I added some extra things to it. But if you know that line, it's the passage to hell from the Amityville horror, then you know the line. You've seen the movie. There's not much more to say about that. But I'm continuing on reviewing just some of my favorite horror movies, and I want to talk about the original 1979 The Amityville Horror, starring Margot Kidder, James Brolin, and Rod Steiger. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But yeah, it came out in 1979, based on the events with George and Kathy Lutz and their family. And the kind of simple premise is that the Lutz family moves into the famous Amityville house 1 year after the murders of the DeFeos, where Ron DeFeo murdered his family. And he said that the spirits or something was telling him to murder his entire family. And again, the Lutz family moves in a year later because the house is at a fairly good price. And once they move in, I think it's 28 days, they live in the house for 28 days, and after the 28th day, they, just move. They get out of the house, they leave all their items, and throughout the decades, some people say it's true that, they experience some supernatural stuff, and some people say it's a hoax. And whatever you think, when it comes down to it, it's a pretty awesome movie. I love the Amityville horror from 1979. Some of the things I really love about it, performance-wise, I think that's the biggest thing here. I think the best performance throughout the entire film is Rod Steiger. Hopefully I'm saying that right. He plays the father in this movie, Father Delaney. And, has that, great, eerie, classic moment when he first arrives at the house. He wants to meet the Lutz family. I think he's there to bless the house, and gets trapped in this room. And all of a sudden, you see all these flies kind of going, sticking to the window, attaching themselves to the window, then attaching them to Father Delaney's face. And then all of a sudden you hear that classic line, "Get out!" And then a second one that says, "Get out!" And yeah, great line. Great scene, great line, very creepy. One of the eeriest moments in the movie. But Rod Steiger, hopefully again I'm saying his last name right. Great performance again throughout the entire film. He has this moment where he's talking to the other fathers, the other priests who are, kind of telling him that, this house isn't supernatural. We don't know what you're talking about. You're just making this up, or you're delusional. And he's telling them, no, this really happened. I experienced it. The family is in danger. You have to get them out of there. And of course, they're not believing him, and they're saying, you need to go on vacation and whatnot. So another great moment in it. But the other performances, James Brolin and Margot Kidder, I think they are both great in this movie. If you watch if you watch past interviews and I think a documentary that was on the original DVD release, or one of the original DVD releases, they do talk about how they don't think that the actual house was haunted. They're unsure if the actual events really did happen with the Lutz family. They just signed on for this horror movie and, gave a great performance in the film. So, really cool documentary. I don't know if it's on here because I really haven't dived into the bonus features yet. But that was a really good documentary from, I think, like the early 2000s when that DVD box set came out. But I love the performances. I think they're great. Another thing I love about this is atmosphere. I've said it before and I'll always say it. If a movie has great atmosphere, I am hooked on it. I love atmosphere, especially in the scary movie genre. When you have that great atmosphere, it's the best thing. And I think a lot of 70s and 80s horror movies really had perfect atmosphere, a lot of buildup as well. I love how in this movie, you have those bright sunny days. And it's interesting, when you first meet the Lutz family, it's sunny out. It has that fall crisp air. But as the movie goes on, it starts raining more. It starts getting darker. And so that's what I love about this is, again, the atmosphere in a movie is so good. And the atmosphere is great in this. I think it's a scary movie. I think there's some really good scary elements in this film. I think there's scary moments. There's that other scene. And some people think it's cheesy. And again, it's the beginning of that little skit that I did where the woman, I can't think of her name, she, when she first goes to the house during the day, she doesn't want to go in. She feels that there's something wrong with the house. She feels that evil in the house. But then later on, when she goes back to the house with James Brolин's character, George Lutz, and her boyfriend, she's, attracted to the house, and the house is pulling her in. She goes down to the basement, and of course she gives that line, it's the passage to hell. Some people think it's cheesy. I think it's quite creepy. Every time that scene comes on, I think it's quite chilling, and I think it's a pretty good performance from her. And great dialogue. So very eerie moments throughout the film. I love that. Music, of course, is great. I think that's one of the big selling points with this movie. You get that music right away with the opening credits, and I absolutely love that. This movie probably won't be for everybody, especially if you're just diving into horror movies. I would say give it a watch. I love this movie, but it is a slow burn of a film. There are moments, especially when I rewatch it now, that do drag just a little bit, kind of like in the middle of the film. But overall, I love the Amityville Horror. I grew up with this movie. I would watch it on TV. Then I bought a DVD copy of it. I have the Scream Factory Trilogy Blu-ray set. And now I have the 4K release from Vinegar Syndrome. And it is fantastic. And I love it. Again, I really haven't dived into the bonus features. But if you have a 4K player, I don't know if you'll get the slipcover still. But if you have a 4K player, I recommend picking it up. It's beautiful, it looks beautiful, sounds beautiful, one of the best 4Ks to come out from last year. So pick this one up, pick up the movie, watch the film, give it a chance if you've never seen it, and hopefully you're not too scared with this movie. So that is my review of the Amityville Horror, and I hope you enjoyed it. And watch it this October. We still have time, everybody. Go watch it. Watch this movie. It's so worth watching. I'll show you kind of the inside. It kind of looks the same, but I like this artwork, actually. I think it's pretty good. But I do like the original artwork where you have, the house and you have, the three faces at the bottom. I think that's great. Hopefully I can find a poster one day of that, or an original one sheet. I have Amityville 2, The Possession over there, which is actually my favorite of the franchise. This is a close second, though, this movie here. But I would love to get a poster of the original movie. So, again, wrapping it up, I had a brain fart for a second. Check this movie out. Again, I'm going to be reviewing some of my favorite horror movies to get you guys in the mood for the rest of October. And, of course, watch these movies. Check them out. So... And, if you find a passage to hell in your house, please move out. Anyway, guys, hope you're all doing well. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative. Go eat some Skittles. And remember to always be yourself, because you are amazing and you are beautiful. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.